Hey everybody, welcome back to Bar Run Forge. It's another Tuesday morning tool video, and today we're going to make a Froe. Stick around. So you may be asking the question, what is a Froe? Well, we've got a couple examples here. I actually just picked this one up at an auction, and I'm really excited about this. This is an antique, and I really enjoy this. And this one we had made many years ago by a gentleman who did a lot of fabricating. And unfortunately, it did break. It was basically just welded on a bearing collar. We're going to fix that, and we're going to use it because this is a really nice piece of steel they did a lot of work on. But the purpose behind a Froe is simply to what's called riving a piece of wood. So essentially you take your Froe, you put it along where you want on the grain to split, and then you take another wooden mallet or hammer, some call it a baton, and you strike the top of it, and it's a really good controlled split when you're trying to split green wood. Now this is a piece of dry wood, so I'm not going to try to split it. It'll be a little bit more difficult to split, and we haven't really sharpened this new one yet that we just got. So we're going to make one, and how we're going to make one is out of this piece. This is recovered steel from a farm implement. We think it's probably going to be around spring steel. We don't care. These can actually be made of mild steel. The old ones were made of wrought iron. So hardened steel is not necessarily a necessity for this tool. So we're going to straighten this out. We'll put an eye on it, and we'll wrap it, and then forge weld it, and then we'll pound an edge on it, and then put a handle to it. All right, concerning our material, our other Froes are somewhere around the blade length of 11 to 13 inches. We're going to make this one probably just about that, but we've got to work the eye into that. I've cut off about 15.5 inches, and this is about 3/8 inch thick, and right now, as of right now, it is just shy of 2 inches wide. So that's really going to, once we put the blade into it, is really going to make a nice Froe. It's really going to put a good shape on it. First process is to put a scarf on this end for the forge weld. We'll wrap that around, go ahead and forge it in, and then we'll start forging the blade out. So let's get to that. To create our scarf, we put just beveled angle edge right here. Pretty short taper. It can flare out just a little bit, but not too much. The next step is to do a bit of a set down. So I'm going to take just a little bit of material, move it to the edge of the anvil, and just thin that out just a little bit. Just try to make that eye clean. Then I'll come to the other side, do the same thing, and stretch that out in between. We've done our 2 set downs. We've stretched that material out, thinned it a little bit. It's helped our length overall from about 15.5 to almost 17. So we've gained 1.5 inches on the piece. So now we'll get it hot. We'll wrap the eye around, make these 2 connect, then we'll do the forge weld. Now we'll make our first pass at a forge weld. Split. Well, to quote a wise man, sometimes a man has to know his limitations. We ran into some issues, and I'm not afraid to admit it. We've got a little bit of a problem here, and we're going to try to learn from it. We're going to stop the project right here because we've run into this problem with the eye. So the problem we run into is we've got these 2 places where the eye basically started ripping out. Now, one of the things I'm happy about is if you look across here, the forge welds turned out really well. I'm very pleased with that. And I looked inside, and the forge welds are good there too. What we've run into, and I don't know, maybe it's that we did thin out the metal around the eye too much. I know there's plenty of you guys out there that are going to know exactly what we've needed to do or should have done, and I appreciate those comments. So I'm not really sure what the issue was or what happened there. We'll try to look at it a little bit further and a little bit more in depth to find out what happened. Maybe it was indeed that we thinned out the eye too much, and we began to stretch, and it just didn't want to do that. Again, this is kind of unknown steel, and I know the issues with unknown steel. Sometimes that can turn out to be a good thing, sometimes a bad thing. We're not done. That's the one thing I will tell you. We're not done. One of two things is going to happen with this piece. We're either going to make a short froe, cut off what we've done, or we may put a collar on this and make a bigger eye. Who knows? And I'm not afraid of it. That I don't mind getting the arc welder out. That's fine. I know we're blacksmiths. This is going to be a finished froe. The idea behind this is not just to be authentic, okay? We know that we can put a bevel on this. I can forge that out, and we will continue to do that. We'll address the eye, and we will finish this, and this will be a working froe. Just at this point, and especially during this time in the video, we're going to stop right here. We're going to learn a few lessons. Look, this is the first froe that we've ever done. So we're learning lessons as we go, and I think that's very important for each and every one of us, as we don't call these failures, that these are lessons, and they're only lessons if we learn from them. So we're going to stop right here with this project. We really appreciate you guys coming in, and we appreciate you checking us out. Make sure you check us out on all the other Tuesday morning tool videos. We'll have one, and somewhere along the line we're going to complete a froe, and we've got other Tuesday morning tool videos where we're going to review tools. We've got some new tools in the shop that are pretty exciting, so stick around. Check all those videos out. Thank you guys for watching. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.